And good evening, and welcome to Speak Up with Sahil, a learning and speaking platform where we prioritize knowledge. Immigration is one of the rising issues in the UK. UK, whether I talk about Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson, or Liz Truss, they all are failed to meet public demand and control the unnecessary invited population. You might have heard, or you always like hear this news that somewhat there is a small boat and people were trying to cross the English Channel, and suddenly all of them got killed, like in an English Channel. And when they were trying to cross that channel, people's boat, people boat sunk there, people just got killed there, people boat capsized there. We often heard this kind of news which happens there, like in English Channel or many more places. So that's why we are here to speak up on this subject so far. If you look at the fact, like Labour won the power, and Labour won the elections on July the 4th, and when Keir Starmer made a big victory where they claimed literally that now we are going to control the everything we can so far, but actually they are quite obsessed with letting people in the country UK, because like it is not about like UK government, especially like the Labour has come in power in 2024. When they left the power in 2010, before that the migration problem was absolutely a huge problem for the country, and still the same problem has been raised. Just why? Because this government has a clear mindset that we would not stop people coming into our country in a small boat. They would let these people come as they are continuously coming to their country. So but somewhat we have to understand, like look at that, the immigration issues, that what is exactly causing to the UK. It has costed UK a huge right. Recently I already made a video on London Right, what happened there, where thank God, as people claim that somewhat that person who killed these three innocent British girls, they all are from some of the illegal, they all of are illegal immigrants or something. But even in the case, that was not 1% true, and that person who killed these people, or those person who got killed by the a criminal, he was not from any other country except UK. So he was a British born man. So look at that, what kind of problems we are literally saying. If we look at the fact of like the side effects of illegal immigration, which is like we heard like what happened last year in France, where three innocent children were brutally murdered, brutally stabbed by a lunatic who was walking randomly in the street or somewhere. Recently we have heard what happened in Germany, when there was a city, the name of the city of like Spenigen or something. That city was celebrating a 650th birthday and anniversary, and when people gathered in a place, suddenly a random person came and killed so many people, stabbed random people. And this person was supposed to be from somewhere Syria, or that person was supposed to be a Syrian, you can say asylum seeker. Look at that, what is going on. Whether we talk about the Hong Kongers, whether we talk about Indians, or we talk about like somebody who is coming into this country from different part of the world. So it does build great power over like the workers, the students, and dependents on who make up to the bulk of immigrants. Indeed, it has more power over them than it is used to. When the previous Labour government left office in 2010, almost 1 in 3 long-term immigration arrived under European Union freedom of movement rules. So look at that. And that could be done to prevent Bulgarians and Romanians from gaining full access to the labor market 4 years later, which pushed the numbers even higher. So now what we can see now, the Britain has left the EU. We know like UK has left the European Union. Freedom of movement is no more, and the new government has inherited other controls over immigration that it lacked in 2010. Family immigration is now subject to a salary threshold, which Labour seems minded to keep. The outgoing Conservative government tried banning some immigrants workers from bringing dependents. It tightened and then liberalized policies towards current graduates. Labor has many levers to pull and some idea of what the effects will be. So given all this power, what should the government do exactly? So the thing is like immigration is a boon. First of all, at least at first, the Office for Budget Responsibility, the fiscal watchdog, estimated in March that higher than expected net migrations would cut net borrowing by 7.4 billion pounds, or 0.3% of GDP in 4 years' time, thanks to the migrants' taxes. But Britons are growing more concerned, perhaps because net migration reached a near record of 685,000 last year, with the Conservative and Reform UK parties like to bang on about immigration. Labour will probably want to demonstrate control, even, you can say it's like stinginess. Britain has largely avoided two policies that other rich countries have tried. You understand what I mean? First of all, they are coming into the country through the two policies, and that's we can say these are the ways to control this illegal immigration in UK. The first one you can say like the guest worker policy, and that second one we can call points-based immigration system, which lets people in if they are young and highly qualified, even if they do not have a job. So it would be wise to stay clear of both. Guest workers have a distressing tendency to become permanent and do not integrate well. That kind of immigration or that kind of migration is better suited to insular, like you can say autocracies like Saudi Arabia. And you can say Madeline Sumpton of the Migration Observatory at Oxford University said that points-based system in countries like Australia leave many, like immigrants employed to begin with the catch up later. The same thing like you can say like the guest worker. If they are coming as a guest worker, there are higher chances that person can stay in UK as a permanent worker, and it has been happening. There is no single person I have seen so far who have come through like a guest working policy, and that person has not gone back to his own country. So people are pouring into the country to hijack the jobs and something, and we are talking about the immigration, not the legal or legal, just immigration. So even if you have come into the country by using a student visa or maybe like a study visa, and let me tell you the harsh reality, even like in a student visa, 496,000 people had applied for an academic visa between 2018 to 2019, and you would be shocked hearing that this number has been doubled in 2020 to 2023, which is like 759,000 people had applied for this, and most of them are from China, India, and Nigeria. Just look at that. So the graduate visa, scheme may be controversial, I'm not saying, but what happens, mostly people come for a study purpose, and when they come into the country for a study purpose, but during their study they try to manage their expenses, because UK is a very expensive place. If you want to live in UK or London or maybe Yorkshire, anywhere, you have to pay enormous amount of money for it. So they start doing side hustling, they start doing some side business, and when they start doing some side business, they start earning for it, and that's how they are hijacking the job for common people. British universities rank in the top 100 globally, get 69% of their fees from them, and foreign graduates who choose to stay and work in Britannia tend to make more professional jobs. And mostly you would find like the people who are coming into this country for a work purpose, either they are coming for a medical purpose or they are coming for a banker. I have never seen that somebody who is coming into UK for being as a teacher, for applying a job for a teacher or anything else. Mostly I have seen those people who are pouring into the country UK, either they are quite obsessed with a job of, you can say, banking, or they are quite job with nursing, because the NHS demands are literally very high, and I think people literally want to join NHS, and those who join NHS, most of them are not from UK. You can look the fact and look in the chat what that's exactly happened. So British ministers have often claimed to be enacting an Australian style point system. Try to understand this system. That's what we call Australian style point system. The government actually relies on companies and universities to screen immigrants. It sets minimum salary threshold for workers. If you can find a firm that will pay you you can say 38,700 pound a year, or the going rate for a job, if it is higher, then you are in together with your dependents. The threshold is lower for young people and worker in some occupations. In theory, a salary threshold is a powerful tool for controlling immigration. Although Britain's experience has been mixed, in April the threshold was raised from 26,200 pounds. That has not obviously affected the number of visa applications, which stood at least 11,800 in July, slightly higher than a year earlier. Jonathan Portes, an economist at King's College London, suggests that many firms were already paying more than the minimum that the increase is less steep than it seems because the fixed cost of hiring a foreigner. A simple better options would be to apply the salary threshold to more jobs. The British government has carved out many expectations, especially for immigration who are untimely paid by the government itself. Last year, almost 350,000 work visas, three-quarter of the total, went to health and care worker. They can be paid as little. For example, 22,200 pound a year, and you can say like 11.90 pound an hour. And the industry loves them. Job Butcher, a Black Arrow corporation which runs care homes, says that foreign recruits work hard and are less likely to quit than natives. Although some struggle with ABBA and Rolling Stone, you can say, like sing-alongs. So look at that, what we are exactly talking about. So mostly people are coming for this kind of job. Is it worth remembering though that immigrants as a whole fare pretty well? A forthcoming research paper for the Migration Observatory finds that migrants from outside Europe who started working in 2020 earn 97% of the median British wage in the second year and 104% in the third year. Changes to the immigration rules could improve the system. It already works well. So this is what today I wanted to discuss with you in immigration policy of UK. That's how UK can literally challenge itself to tackle, or you can say like transcend this problem. We can say so far either we will see demisation of UK in terms of immigration. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you have not liked the video, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned for the next time. Thank you very much. Take care.